They're broken down and defeated, deterred, busy and confused, sleeping. You're dying while I wait you till it started. On the journey chosen, wasted, no selected. I was so bad, what happened? For the sky and crush me in my smile. I was so bad, what happened? For the sky and crush me in my smile. Sober, sad and jaded. They're not coming, they're broken down and defeated. You are dying while I wait to get started. You are dying while I wait to get started. I was so bad, what happened? For the sky. Crush me in my smile. I was so bad, what happened? For the sky and crush me in my smile.
I'm a motherfucking unicorn, a one of one. Divide being the love and light, then light and one. My karma is interstellar, I live by truth. Fighting evil, my scars are living proof. Protecting you from the storms with all my might. Love me, I will treat you right. You ever cross me, it's the last thing you'll ever do. With my crown of thorns, I'll wreck you. I ain't playing, yo, Ryan Hart, call me a saint. Too bad Chris, because Bigfoot knows my name. I'm a messenger of God, with loyalty I serve. Taking out all evil with his holy word. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Third Eye Live, hosted by Mark the Gangster Psychic Eddie and myself, Brian Bowden. This was a good idea when I first started, and it's turning to be into like a juggling match. And we don't have any producers. Do we have producers? We don't have producers, right?
No, it's just you.
It's just me for right now.
Yeah, the sidekick.
Yeah, well, no, you're co-host, so you're not like we're both. I'm your sidekick, you're my sidekick, and that's how we roll at Third Eye Live. I want to welcome everybody into the chat too.
Sidekick or psychic?
Both. You've been pretty spot on about certain things too, and we won't discuss it. But so this is how it's going to roll. We have so many. I mean, like 20 people, friends of the show, their own shows, hosts of these shows. We're going to have some people that are going to be hanging out while others come in, make their predictions, and then run to Taco Bell or wherever they're going. Paranormal Paul, he's in chat. Welcome. He's got a show to do. Blondes and Blues have a show to do. Brandy. So we're going to try to speed this up, but I want to bring in the first round of the individuals that are going to be here, kind of co-hosting at the time. But we can only do 5 and 5s. And we're going to do ladies first. No offense, Dave. I don't want to get you upset. So everybody knows Mark Eddie and myself. But I'm going to bring in somebody new. I was on her show. Magic is Real. This is Shannon Torrance. Welcome to Third Eye Live. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
How
for
are you?
having me. I'm doing really well. I'm excited because I've always wanted to be sort of a Robin to Howard Stern. And I feel like I am Brian Bowden's. I never know how to pronounce it.
Either or, I'll trust me. The worst things I'll answer to.
I'm giving myself the title of your Robin.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and I want you on as a guest. And you have fans here, waving hello. I'm going to try to get to everybody in chat to come back, but I'm doing multiple things, so please forgive me. And when we get 10 people on here, it's going to get smaller, so bear with me. But it's a pleasure to have you on the broadcast. You also are psychic, and every psychic, everybody has abilities to work in a different way. Some people are like boom, boom. They're always doing things. Some people are just very intuitive and then get things almost like a drop right then and there. It's momentary. Someone who else is psychic, she has a great show. She's been a guest on the show. Blew the way. Everybody is a friend of our shows. Michelle Brandenburg, who's there. Shannon and Psychics and Psychics. I feel really weird. We're gonna get Brady Bunchy a little bit here in a minute. We're showing our age at that point. Michelle has her own show. Is it just your name? Well, it's Michelle Brandenburg, Psychic
and Paranormal Network, yes.
And Paranormal Network, okay.
Yes.
And then Magic is Real. Please, in the description, there are links to everyone's shows. Do everybody a solid. Subscribe, like, share, make a comment, put the thumb up on a couple of shows. Give them a boost up. I mean, everybody's trying to do their best to get their product out there, and that's what we're all about, like Love and Honey. Speaking of Love and Honey, the Love and Honey of New Jersey is here too. My brother and fellow knight, Dave Rigno, host of Brothers of the Arcana. Welcome to the broadcast, Dave. He's paranormal researcher, Knights Templar, Mason, and other things. And you can say that your line, his famous line, which
punch him in the dick.
Yeah, punch him in the dick. Pardon the expression. I don't mess with demons. And and when he was on, I think it was Michelle and Wayne's show, who are coming on too. The Michigan UFO Encounters and Paranormal Sightings podcast. I think I got it right for the first time. I'm sure I'll get yelled at when they come in. But he goes, oh, I don't, he doesn't care. I'll just punch him in the dick. So I thought that was the greatest line ever. If someone gets out of trouble, just, but this is our base right now. And I'm going to, because everybody's being a pain in the damn ass. Do you guys want to give like a couple of predictions right now and, throw something out there? Sure. Let's start with Michelle Brandenburg first, and then we'll work to Shannon, and then to Dave, and then we'll go to Mark quickly.
Okay.
So
sure.
go ahead, Michelle.
Sure. Now, actually, just so everyone knows, I don't actually do political unless Spirit gives me the information for political. Sometimes Spirit will come to me and say, "Hey, you need to know this and tell people." Otherwise, I don't do political, but I do have for the entire planet. Okay, for the collective. So now, what people need to understand, I may read a little differently than a lot of people. I get a lot of symbols. I get a lot of animals. I get stuffed animals. I get a lot of different things. I get numbers. And so what I have to do is I have to interpret these things and decode them so that I can make it all wrap up and make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read first what I have on my paper that came through, and then I will go back and I will explain what all this means, because at first it may sound like a bunch of jargon. Okay, then I have to do my job and interpret. Okay, so first, through clairaudience, I heard "Pound the Alarm," and it was that song by Nicki Minaj. As soon as I heard that, then all of a sudden I could hear in the distance coming towards where I live, I heard, several different sirens going off. So then I had this rush of urgency, and I felt, of course, 911, but it was more than that. There was a lot more depth to this. So what I was feeling, because there were multiple, I believe by the sirens that they were fire trucks. So, but there were multiple. Fire trucks have to put out the fire, right? So what I got from that was there are going to be multiple situations. So it's not going to be like all in just one certain area. It's going to be multiple situations throughout the year in different areas, okay? And these are going to be 911 type situations. Now, what they are, I don't know. There's going to be many, but I can tell you this. These are going to be not so much fun. We need to prepare, and I'm not trying to bring any fear to anyone ever. Readings are to help you navigate through situations correctly and not have so much fear. Okay, so never be in panic. But there are some type of situations that's going to be happening that are 911 events in multiple places, and I'm talking around the globe, not just the USA. Okay. Now, what else came after that was I heard a bird immediately after the sirens passed. I live in Florida. I have the mossy oak right outside my window. And I heard a bird chirping, and I communicate with animals. So I looked at the bird to see its positioning, because I read the animals' positionings as well. And the bird was perched on a branch. So anytime that I see an animal that's perched, that's like a bird, that's telling me there's some kind of stagnancy, or sit back on purpose and observe. Okay, rest for what's coming next. Okay, it's like learn what you can, rest, relaxation, that type of thing. Although it can also be an actual stagnancy, such as trying to move forward, whether it's in a relationship or with a job, something like that. But there's something that you feel like you just can't move forward. Everywhere you turn, there's some kind of roadblock. Okay, but I'm going to get a little bit more into that in just a moment. So the bird, it was calling out, but it was like doing so just very infrequently. It was like a rare event to hear it call out. So what that's telling me is it's more of a situation when whatever disasters start happening. These are situations to more or less, instead of being up in the air and just kind of going crazy. Okay. Although being in the air could be a bird's eye view, what I'm talking about is kind of like birds just kind of hitting each other, running into each other, and just falling to the ground. We don't want to do that. Okay. I feel like because the bird was perched, it's sitting there. It's being calm, no matter what's going on in the outside world. Be calm. Okay. Observe. Don't speak too much about it, because the thing that we have to remember is what we speak, we bring into existence, correct? And the more that we talk about, oh my gosh, did you hear about such and such and such? Yes, we need to be aware. Yes, there are people that we need to make aware, but we don't want to sit around and just constantly, obsess over, oh my gosh, this is going on over here. Okay, because we can actually be creating more of that energy globally. Okay, and the more of us globally that begin thinking and watching the same stuff or talking about the same stuff, we can actually bring more of that in. Okay, so we need to keep aware of that. And then the next thing I heard through clairaudience, I heard part of the song that I recently posted. The name of it, what I heard first was When God Opened My Eyes. Okay, so there's definitely something going on here about sight. Okay, and then I heard the verses from it. No more karmic shadows, no more borrowed pain. Okay, so what? And then immediately when I heard those, I saw in vision, I saw a third eye. Now, then that went to me seeing masses of people just standing around, and they had a literal physical third eye that was open. Okay, so what this is telling me, there is going to be a mass number of people throughout the world that are going to be waking up now more than ever before. Okay, now with this waking up, what this is going to involve, because of where I heard no more karmic shadows, no more borrowed pain, there's going to be a lot of relationships that are not going to be together anymore, period. People are going to be finding new soul families, new friends. It's going to happen, because the mass amount of people that I saw with their third eye open, this was a lot of people. Okay, so we need to prepare. There may be many of you already that are experiencing that now at a smaller scale, but I feel like from the beginning of 2026 on into at least mid-year, if not a little further, many of us are going to be, cutting ties, and I'm not saying to be mean. Okay, what I'm saying is, as we are awakening or moving higher in frequency, our energetic code switches. It changes. So right. What is no longer good for us, it has to fall away. That's just universal law. Some people might not like that. It might not feel good. Okay, but the thing is what's happening is God and the universe is trying to pull out things that are not equally yoked with you anymore. And in doing so, then there will be this period of where people who are energetically matched with you that will come into your life, who will be able to support you, as in being uplifting, being there more for you, and you being more there for them. It will be right. People that, you will understand each other better. And do you want to keep going or stop?
Let's hold off for a little bit, because we'll get Shannon, if you have a couple of words, then we'll get Dave a couple of words, and then we'll bring in, because there's some people that have to come in and then leave. So, and then we'll get back, because we'll all be here. So that's a good thing. So
mine's real quick. Sure. I told you, one of mine is that Waymo is going to go bankrupt. That there's going to be no more Waymo cars by the end of this year, and but that's just my own prediction. So that's my comic relief prediction. I don't typically do predictions. I communicate with souls on the other side and do mediumship work. However, as we went into this session, I immediately heard Louisiana. And again, I don't like to give scary predictions. I think that also our vibration can change.
Right.
Our collective vibration can change. So I don't like to say this is going to happen, because I do believe that if we can all sort of get out of that fear and whatever, pray, manifest whatever for a different outcome, it's possible that things can change. So the one thing that I did feel sure about, and I'm getting chills about it right now, is that there is unfortunately another very catastrophic hurricane in the Louisiana area New Orleans. I'm just sort of seeing Katrina over again. That's one thing I see. And then really the other stuff is good in the sense that we are resisting, we're banding together in against a lot of the structures that are in place and forming new organizations, which are like little, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like pods. That's the only word that I could come, like, because I'm seeing like big corporate structures, big corporate buildings, and not breaking it down. That's still going to exist, but other people kind of coming out of this and saying, well, we're going to create our own sort of communities or villages. People are going more back to communal living and villages. And because we're really getting tired of this, how spread out everything is, robots taking over, and also realizing that if we rely on the government, and again, I don't do political stuff either. I'm not educated enough about that to do anything, but that we are sort of taking our power back in collectives, not in some kind of like upheaval of like knock down the government, but we're going to start our own little collectives to encourage more communal living and that sort of thing. And I see a big, oh, you're on mute, I think.
Sorry, I'm kind of like smiling because I have 10 pages over here that I did for 2026 because it's sometimes hard to get into it. And a lot of people are hitting on a lot of things that just
it's valid
came into.
And also one last thing, which Brian, maybe,
sure,
or Michelle, you might speak to, is the one thing I keep seeing is that it's still going to be we are going through some really exceptionally horrible times right now. And I pulled cards on it all, and it is, I said, I bet you I pull the 5 of Swords, the fighting card. I mean, there's a lot of the Emperor, like the Emperor card, and Temperance, and we have to kind of wait. Like, this stuff is not about to stop anytime soon. However, what I see is a large angel. It feels more like representation of God, universe, source, whatever, but it does look like massive archangel energy hovering over all of us. I see huge wings of protection. So it's more like wait and trust, because we are still protected, even though these horrible violences are happening all over the planet and also in our own country. And there's just still going to be a lot of violence, a lot of strife, a lot of fighting. And yet we are so divinely protected. I see that strongly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. I've always had a connection with Archangel Michael for the longest time. But someone who has massive wings that's here in the chat, Dave Ferrigno. It's really funny. I forgot who, I think it was Bino, the Incredible Hulk. And there is a connection here. We'll just leave it at that.
I wanted you to figure out what it means, because I don't know what it is, but ever since I got into this room, I've been feeling it. And that's why I didn't do pre-predictions, because I don't know if I can do predictions or not. But I know that when I'm in a room, I feel the energy.
Right. Some people can pop it. I mean, like when I first started, it didn't happen. Then all of a sudden you get like these people coming to you. You got to tell her she's a really good girl. I'm like, I'm not telling anybody anything. You're talking to yourself like you're in Central Park, walking down the street. I'm like, no, we're not telling anybody anything. But let's get Dave in, because you said you had a couple that would, and then we'll bring in our other group and see who we can. Hopefully we can get everybody in. If we have a problem with one person, I'm going to eliminate one person only for that time and then bring you back in. Okay? So don't take it the wrong way. So go ahead, Dave.
We won't take anything the wrong way. All right. First and foremost, I just want to preface this. I am not a psychic. I'm definitely more intuitive empath, especially with the paranormal investigations and such. But I do feel like I have some connection, because there's been times where I've seen apparitions, spirits, whatever else, communicate with the dead. The interesting thing is I've been having a ton of dreams as of late, and I'm not even sure if this is going to happen in 2026, but sounds like a lot of validations happening on this current episode. But I've been seeing a cataclysmic kind of flood hitting New York City, where, if we believe Genesis 9:11, they basically said, never again shall all flesh be cut off, right? But I don't think this is so much as, a Noah's Ark kind of situation where there's a cataclysmic event, where it's just wiping out all of civilization. I feel like this might be a massive flood that might redraw coastlines or whatever else. But for whatever reason, I keep having this image of like a tsunami hitting New York and basically wiping out, buildings and people and everything else, which hopefully, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. I've also seen a lot of fire. I think Michelle was kind of alluding to that before, but I'm not exactly sure what this fire is or where it is. It seems like it's kind of all over. I don't know if it's related to volcanoes, earthquakes, whatever else. I also did see another kind of major earthquake hitting the New York, New Jersey area again. Whether that happens or not, I guess we'll see. So, and then one other interesting tidbit. I've been, for whatever reason, kind of interacting with a bunch of, I think they're interdimensional beings or some kind of aliens of some sort, where I keep chatting with them in dreams. So I kind of wonder if we're actually going to have more contact this year, or at least a helping hand. But I think we do have a lot of guidance from the divine. I do think we're protected. So stay on the side of righteous and you should be okay.
Yeah. I held up, I'm using VCam, so it kind of messes around with the camera, but because there's a really bad mess here. And my first thing I wrote in here on page 1, and I will put pictures up, by the way, on the YouTube side under the posts, so you can interact. I created the community there. It says asteroid hitting the Atlantic, North Atlantic ripple, tsunami in the Atlantic. All of it hits with major force causing big chunks of ice to go astray. So see walls of water hitting New York City, lower Manhattan, under the Hudson River. It just goes into Jersey and it continues to go. Flooding. I saw Manhattan, lower Manhattan underwater. Yeah, it depends. I always put it out there, and the way I work is like I ask, like, give me, tell me, point me in the direction. And they show me all over. But then I say, no, we got to go start with weather, start with something concrete. And I saw literally like it's either an asteroid, and it's not like a major league type of asteroid. It's not a life eliminating situation scenario that they talk about all the time that got rid of the dinosaurs, but it is going to rock the world from the North to South Atlantic into the Arctic and Antarctica. And it's going to be so much force going through. There may be earthquakes from it. So, but I appreciate that. I'm going to try to copy and paste into the next group coming in while we wait. You guys can continue chatting. I'm trying to get this link into the next group. Okay, and there they are. Great. Studio, come in. Oh, this is crazy. Mark, why did I even think of this? Besides people chatting, Mark, any other predictions?
You're an innovative host.
Not really innovative, but we got a question for Dave quickly. What cigar is on tap tonight? Because that is important.
Well, I'm currently here, so not smoking, but I would say a Padron 1964 Natural.
Oh, I'm loving the fact we have more ladies now. This is great. It's like Battle of the Network Stars. This is Krista from Blondes and Booze. Everybody in that chat that I just sent the message. Now Greg should be coming in. The pain, Greg and Natalie. Come in. Originally, first of all, I want to send prayers out to Krista's dad, who was in a bad car accident. He's doing surgery. So
he was actually hit by a car. He wasn't in his car. He was hit while walking.
That is the worst.
What's going on? What's going on now?
So he's been in ICU for 8 days now, and he goes back in for surgery again on Friday. So we'll see. I've been at the hospital. This is a nice break. So.
Yep, and BMR is here. We're gonna,
Hi, Rob.
Hey, everybody.
Greg, come in. Greg, check the other messages. It's incredible. I put everybody that is in Misfits. BMR, Krista, Brandy, Mary Lynn, Natalie, Monica, just threw it out there. I'm hearing dings and dongs. So, no, Natalie, you too. Oh my God, you have to be so literal. Natalie Gregor coming in, and Krista actually has to do another show. This is why, and I think, Rob, are you doing another show tonight or no?
No, I think Krista doesn't do that show. I think it's just Brandy.
Okay.
But I don't know. I could be wrong. It changes sometimes.
Because Brandy's doing a show, but I think Paul's doing something too. I don't even know. I mean, yeah. So
you can ask Krista that. I think she does not do.
Yeah.
Where's Mr. Wonderful, Natalie? Here,
I have
another.
no idea. I don't know.
Natalie Spearman?
He's just being moist.
He's shaving his legs, apparently. I mean,
shaving his legs. He's being moist.
he is being moist. So we're gonna go through the whole introduction. Up in the upper right, we have Shannon Torrance. She is Magic is Real. Great guest for you guys on all your individual podcasts. Out of LA, originally on the East Coast, LA. Michelle Brandenburg below her, psychic medium. Great guest for you guys if you haven't had her on. Really spot on. Dave Ferrigno, host of Brothers of the Arcana, maybe having something else out there. Another great guest, paranormal researcher and investigator. Not necessarily psychic, right? That you were, what do you say, more intuitive, correct?
More intuitive empath, but I definitely have some psychic moments.
You're a psychic.
Yeah. And then we have to next to Dave is Krista, who is I'm going to say founder as well. One of the founders of Blondes and Booze, which started with 3, right? You
were 3, and then we went to 2 for about 4 years, and now we're 4 with Natalie and Mary Lynn.
Yes, and they brought it. I mean, it's literally just blondes.
Yep.
Some of the greatest people you will ever meet in your life. Tough as nails. I'm hoping Greg will come in now, like painting. He came in and then he disappeared. And then we have, I'm going to do the ladies first. Don't get upset with me, Rob.
Oh, no, ladies always before good old BMR.
So Relic Films and media.
Yes.
Greg has entered the studio.
Oh, there he is.
I have graced
Hi,
you.
Greg.
His royal moistness.
Natalie's a researcher and investigator of the paranormal all over, does a great marketing, and just bear spray is her best friend at this point, but we're going to try to get her a full concealed carry. It works with Greg, Relic Films. They have a premiere coming up in Alabama, Glendale, Alabama. Am I correct about that? Gardendale, Alabama, January 31st. Tickets are like $17 just to get in the door. You get them on Eventbrite, and they're gonna premiere Greg's latest, which is The Vanished, starring Natalie and this English guy that's not here right now. No, he's gonna kill me, Adam Davies, and a few others. So Greg made it into a Paracon. We'll get him to do that. I wasn't expecting Greg. We did get or Krista at this point. I love having you guys here. So we'll get to that in a second. Natalie does Paranormal Among Us with Paranormal Paul, Blondes and Booze, and probably about like 10 other podcasts. You're the female version. Like if Dave Scott was here, he'd say, Natalie, she's got 9,000 podcasts going. So it's a good thing.
And a talk show.
Right. And then we have BMR. Yeah. BMR, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, who started he has his own channel. I mean, you guys all do stuff with Tex, Monica, Mary Lynn Bass. I mean, it's a wonderful, I call it the network, even though it's not a network. They call themselves Misfits. But BMR is now BMR, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and Beyond. You have like three shows. You just had Dave Scott on. I just wanted to give a quick introduction. So we're doing predictions. Now, I can also play some predictions here. And let me go with Greg. Greg Olds. Relic. Is it Relic Films or Relic Media or both?
Relic Films.
Okay, Relic Films. And amazing documentaries. There's there's a couple on Apple TV of your film.
Yeah, the first one's on like Tubi and Amazon, YouTube, and all them other places. It's called The Legend of the Downy Booger, or just say Downy Booger for short. And the second one is the Land Between the Lakes, and it's about to be on the same platforms. And of course, the third one is The Vanished. Will soon be releasing, but the second one right now is only on Patreon.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I watched whatever I could watch of it, and I can get it right off the bat, and the time I had, to a fantastic work, and it gets better and better and better and better. And I saw this trailer, but I don't think we have space for that trailer at this point. We do have both of your predictions, but let's go with, because I think Krista, I think a lot of you guys have to kind of jump out for other shows. So Krista, if it's all right, we'll let Krista go with her prediction, and I can also play your prediction. And if you want to add on top of it, we can do it that way.
Just play my prediction because it was stupid. It's not a real
Trust me, wait till you get the ball.
Just play it.
All right, so I'm going to play her prediction that she sent us.
Everyone, it's Krista with Blondes and Booze, and I was asked to make a short video of what I think predictions will be for next year. The one is, I'm thinking that next year is America's 250th birthday. And so no matter what side of the fence you're on, I hope and I pray that good things are in store for all of us with our government. So I'm going to predict that. Another thing that I'm going to predict is I think the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, are going to win the Super Bowl again. They better. We've won. We've been doing great. Let's keep kicking some rear, guys. With or without Taylor Swift, it doesn't matter. But, I think the Chiefs are going to do something. Also, my other thing is I predict that on January 31st, I am going to be in Alabama with Brian and Greg Ogles and Natalie and Brandy and Mary Lynn, and all of us are going to get together. That's just my prediction on January 31st. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. And then my other, last but not least prediction, I'm predicting myself. I meet all scumbags. I am predicting that Krista finds a good boyfriend. So wish me luck, guys, for 2026.
That was it.
And keep in mind, though, that was done. I sent that to you like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So
yeah,
well, the one prediction is ready to come to fruition.
I know,
we
right?
know you're going to be there.
Chiefs are sucking. I know.
Yes. So, but do you have anything to add to that for 2026?
No, not really. That's, I just hope it's a better year. This year has been awful for me. So I'm ready for
it. I think I don't want to be the naysayer, but I think a lot of people have gone through a lot of garbage and crap. It was the year of the snake, and the snake is no joke. It sheds its skin. You really want to get, deep down into it.
Right.
But next year in February is the year of the horse, and that thing is bolting. That's why when you were saying things moving and everybody's talking about movements and real fast movements and change and where people won't be together again, kind of spot on and kind of goes with what's going on in the Chinese calendar. But the whole thing with the Chinese zodiac is after 15 minutes after you read it, you want to eat again. So you order more food in general, but that's a little Chinese food joke. New York, forget it. But I really do hope everything works out for Dad. I have a good feeling and vibe about it.
He's over the dirt. He's 86 years old, so
yeah,
he's lucky to be alive.
Built differently than everybody else. So, I know those, the older you are, you're built like differently.
Yeah.
I just saw a meme today of like an original bottle of Coca-Cola, and it had like 1 to 5 grams of cocaine in it, and they were like, now we know how our parents walked to school backwards in the snow.
Right, that's true.
There you go. It gets crazy after a while.
That's why everybody was so thin.
Right?
Exactly. Oh my God, how are you doing? I would love to have originally, just taste it, Just a little bit of that. But that would be very, very illegal. But thank you very much for coming in. If you have to jump out, jump out. I'm gonna switch. I'm always gonna do ladies first, guys, because I don't want to be called a non-gentleman.
I do have to jump out. I've got Paranormal Paul show it in a little
Yep,
while.
and we're gonna show. Matter of fact, while you're there, we can show his video too. Towards the end. So I just want to get the live people first, and then we'll get the video.
Bye, Krista.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Natalie, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing. It's craziness. There's a lot of craziness going on. People
Yeah,
are
there
losing
is.
their mind, and it's not just the holiday season. It's just like Shannon was mentioning. Everybody like 9/11 around the world. It's just getting out of control.
Oh, it's
Actually,
awful.
I talked to Rob a little bit earlier because we were just talking about a couple of things, and I'm always talking about marketing. And you need to contact bear spray companies and tell them that's your go-to.
Oh, 100%. I fully plan on that. In fact, that's one of my predictions is that I will be a spokesperson for a bear spray company because I've used it now twice and it saved multiple lives both times in the last 6 months. Well,
I can just
4
see you in
months.
the centerfold, like, Greg, can we?
You
get
know,
this-
like, just.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
action
mop
shot.
that up, right? Like the act, I see Greg.
Like,
But-
no.
You know what? That's the whole thing
That's
is-
the way it happened.
Yeah, that is the way it happened.
That was it.
If you're doing a product and you get people start coming in and you're doing great, and a lot of you, I mean, all of you have some great shows with really great content and really, you're on that monetized stuff. I'm using behind me vcam.ai. I don't get anything from them, but that allows you to put up either pictures or you can create videos. And as I was saying to BMR, on the lower right corner of your screen, you can have your sponsor, like a little logo, and it spins around, like, and then next thing is bear spray comes out, with a code or something like that, so people can download it and you get something, and it's good. It's good for you in the long run. But what predictions besides, being Miss Bear Spray 2026?
Right. I'll have my own calendar of bear spray centerfold stuff. But I think, a couple things that have been on my mind is I think that there are going to be more women doing cryptid investigations in 2026. I think that is going to be, we're going to have more women getting out in the field, more women getting exposure and getting out there and just really being a representative for the community. I also think that we're going to learn more about the different realms and how this all fits in with cryptids and paranormal and UFOs. But my main prediction, y'all need to write this down, is that Mr. Greg Ogles, the moist man himself, will evolve from moist to soggy. That will happen.
Moist
He's
to
gonna
soggy.
he's gonna get some of those calligraphy tattoos on his arms that says moist and soggy, and he'll be like, like the thug that he is.
Oh, like on the knuckles, the way.
Yeah, and the knuckles. Oh yeah,
Soggy.
yeah. Those are my
Snoopy Water.
predictions.
Soggy soggy.
Yeah. But I also, in follow up to Krista's predictions, the January 31st, the premiere and Paracon, I predict that Blondes and Booze, maybe with a few other folks, are going to get some more tattoos on the 30th, the day before, and sporting them at the, and
Yep.
maybe Brian, you could get, instead of Donnie, you can get Greg, or maybe
I would,
BMR.
I was thinking about it. Maybe I get a Greg Ogles over here.
Yeah,
maybe
right
Greg-
over your heart.
Yeah,
It's nothing like having a bunch of dudes tattooed on your body, Brian.
Right.
well, if I put mother underneath there, it'd be a totally different, like a.
Yeah.
If he puts me on his lower back, that would be even more grand.
Yeah, that
Tramp
would be.
stamp.
Tramp stamp, Natalie. Yes.
When I walked in with that
Circle.
Donnie Cho thing, yeah, people was like, Donnie was like, "What the fuck is that?" Because you have two in that art. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not going to put your face on my arm whatsoever.
Hi, Jamie.
I just thought it was fun.
So those are my predictions for 2026. Yes, I agree.
Very
Jamie.
nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
Greg needs to introduce himself as Trey Hudson at the premiere. Another great guest. Definitely get Trey on there. That would be funny. So, but I thank you for that. I got Dave Scott in the background. I'm coming, Dave. I promise. You're coming up, and I've got to get 2 more, and then we're gonna put more people in, and everybody's gonna be happy. And so let's since Relic Films is where they are, Greg Ogles. You want me to play your video, and then you want to add to it?
I'm going to step out so somebody else can have room.
Sure. You got
Bye,
it.
everyone.
Thank you,
Ellie.
See you at the stable.
she may be expecting. So,
but I'm not shaving my legs.
No. So, yes, I did a really good job on your video too. So it was great.
Okay.
I loved your predictions, but go. You want me to play it and then you can follow up on it quickly?
Sure, go ahead. Yes.
Sure. I'm going to edit right now.
By all means.
Hey, Brian. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all your viewers. I have a couple of predictions for this upcoming year. One, I think that a certain cryptocurrency, XRP, will skyrocket in value. 2, I think Pam Bondi will no longer be the Attorney General for the United States. That's it. Happy New Year.
That's great.
Happy New
That
Year.
was
Greg.
right to the point. Boom. I'm praying you're right about XRP. I am praying you're right about that. That would be really,
nice.
really great. But you know, and I'm predicting, because I will be there presenting on extraterrestrial in coordination, kind of showing a little bit more why Vanished you should worry a little bit more about, and we're, you know, building up the film at the conference. Cannot wait for that. But anything else to add to that while we're here?
Well, you know, tickets are starting to sell out pretty fast. So, you know, you can go on to Eventbrite and get your tickets. Same with the vendor spots. There's still several vendor spots. So, you know, go on to eventbrite.com, the Vanish premiere for that. But we look forward to having a stacked full of fabulous speakers. It's going to be actually just, I can't wait, because I'm just so excited with the list of speakers that we have. And the film is coming together so nicely. And I thought I was done with it. And not long ago, I got some brand new information that nobody's ever seen before. So,
oh, that's great.
Yeah, I am frantically putting that in the film now. So
that's even better. And then, of course, you have the director's cut CD, DVD, whatever they do these days.
Right. Well, I'm the director, the editor, and you know,
I know,
I'm
but you know,
cinematographer and everything.
That'll be volume 2. But yeah, now I'm looking forward to it. And I suggest this when I was on BMR's show not that long ago. I think the Misfits and all of us that were there, that we're going to be at this conference in Alabama on January 31st. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Right. When it's warmer, we should have some kind of camp out research at the Land Between the Lakes. And
that
then
would be absolutely.
Maybe open it up to getting people to, you know, some of the fans to come out and, you know, at their own, you know, and just all of us get together and then probably get sprayed by Natalie's bear spray.
Natalie's bear spray.
Well, I'm blinded, some guns going up.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? She sprayed me with the bear spray. But that would be fun too. And then you can film some of it and then add it to a third movie.
Well, just wait till my 4th movie comes out. That'll be in there. But
yes.
Anyway, as far as the you know, the Vanished goes, if you like cryptid paranormal stuff, you're going to see some really good evidence that we caught in some of our investigations. And if you like just missing people's stories, you're going to love it. So it's a blend of 2 different worlds that's sort of coming together as one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I can't wait. I mean, I've seen the teasers and we played it. We're gonna play when Greg's gonna come back on the broadcast.
Yeah, I'll come back on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love to.
And it's gonna be all Greg all the time, so it should be interesting. But
And I can speak real close to the microphone.
yeah, you can do the Barry White. I'll show you right.
Like Barry White. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Southern Barry White.
Anyway, well, let me jump off here. You got a whole bunch of people going. So
No problem. Thank you.
It was great meeting everybody.
Thanks, Greg.
Pleasure, brother.
Likewise.
And thanks
Merry
for being here.
Christmas.
We're gonna move up to BMR, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and beyond, but it's just Bigfoot Michigan Rob. How are you, sir?
I'm great. What's happening, Sir Brian?
I'm just that this sounded like a great idea. It's hard to juggle and manage.
It's a
You
tough
know?
job with everyone backstage. And my prediction, I was going to do a prediction show for you. I got an hour's worth of material, but I guess I'm going to cut it down to just 30 seconds.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
I'm kidding.
I mean,
man. I'm kidding.
you can, you want to listen to, I just
I'm just
predictions.
kidding.
I got Dave Scott every once in a while that the camera goes on and he's hearing in. I'm getting to Dave. I'm getting.
I will say though, Brian, that my prediction is more. I had more fun with my prediction than anything else. But
That's
there's
great.
an element of possibility in my prediction. Yeah, when I get on with it, because for my channel though, it's serious. I'm having a little fun today with this. 3 days a week, Tuesday nights at 9 with Krista interview show. Thursday afternoon with Monica, it's an interview show and a storytelling show. And Saturday night into the bazaar with Monica, Brandy, and Krista, which we break down bizarre events around the world. So yeah, so we mix it up a little bit. So I decided to be a little poke a little fun at this one with an
That's
element,
good.
with
And
an element of
with all
possibility.
these shows, by the way, the super chat will be open.
Super chat is open.
Super chat's open. I don't have a super chat yet.
Yeah, BMR.
Yes.
What is there a difference when you wear a ball cap instead of a bandana?
Ooh, that's a great
Yes.
question.
When I am doing a show like this, I usually don't sport the bandana.
That's your fancy hat.
Yeah.
That's your
This is my
church
thing.
hat.
This is my
Yeah.
church. Yeah, correct. It's a Church of Texas. I don't even know. A friend of mine lives in Texas and sent me this for Christmas. So I said I'd show it tonight on the show.
Is his name Tex?
He is not Tex. No,
Or
it's
is
not.
her name Monica, which was supposed to be in this chat, but
Actually,
she
her
wasn't?
name is not Monica. She sent me something else.
That's
I
good.
got to get it though.
This is good. This is good. So, other predictions?
I have a prediction, and again, there's an element of possibility behind this, but I just had to do this because I thought it was kind of funny, which I kind of put it together. I was pretending that I was a writer for SNL News.
Right.
So, but I just want to make sure everyone know that, I do take my actual show serious and this one too. But I want to have fun with this. You said we could have fun with it.
Yeah, we're just.
It will be proven that Bigfoot isn't a flesh and blood animal at all, Sir Brian. Apers are not allowed. That's right. Bigfoot's to be proven to be an interdimensional or paranormal entity, explaining its ability to vanish and avoid capture, along with the other phenomena associated with this. On a side note, Sir Brian and everybody listening, in a shocking move, my prediction that absolutely nobody in the cryptid branding world will see coming, Bigfoot will officially drop Jack Links as his longtime sponsor. Yes. The new sponsor, you ask? Yeti coolers. How about
Yeti
that?
coolers.
Yeti
There you go. There you go. See, I love this. This is what I said. I said anything, and they were like, anything? I mean, like, it's like talking like, I'm serious. Anything you want to do. Greg originally said, it's like, I predicted it's going to snow in the winter. And I'm like, no shit, but this is good. Let's do it. Some of them, some people aren't psychics, but we've been around the paranormal long enough where we could pretty make a good educated guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got Beth over here saying, I'll go with interdimensional. thoroughly believe it's interdimensional.
Well, I said there's an element of some perhaps truth, and I do believe they're interdimensional more than flesh and blood.
Yes.
That's just
and
me.
when
That's just me.
It's me too.
Very nice.
Yep.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I agree.
And we're just again, I forgot to say because we ran into it. We are now on ERT Radio. Thank you, Ron and Bobby, for putting us. You can catch us on ERT Radio and Mixler all the time. They also have a YouTube channel and a website. So it's really cool that we're kind of expanding, and they literally took the show. So, but I've known Ron Tollier for a long time, and he's invited too. So hopefully he'll come on as well. But Rob, I can't thank you enough for coming in and doing the predictions. You had a great show yesterday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The guy that's in this studio in the back right now that keeps there he is. He's here. We're gonna bring him in. I'm just gonna bring him in his group. I'm gonna text them right now that they should come in. It was I watched it. I was dealing with dad stuff and a really bad hockey team that sucks. I'm just going to say it that way.
Yeah. Well.
And I apologize to you, but thank you very much for being here on the broadcast and coming in. And he's a great guest, by the way, because he has 2 books, third one coming, right?
It's in the works, probably 2027 now. I put it on the back burner. I'm just so busy. I cranked out the 2 and I'm taking my time with the third one.
Yeah, well, it's still going to be good. They're great books.
Thank you.
He does. I'm a great show, and everybody that's been in here on, they call themselves the Misfits at this point, are wonderful, and love them all like brothers and family, and they're rock solid.
Rob's show.
Yeah, and Rob has so many shows, but I'm going to slide it over here, and I'm going to slowly post in. If you go into the description, you will be able to find all the links to everybody's channel. And like I said before when we started, please like, subscribe, and be there. So thank you very much for coming in. You want to hang out for a little bit, I can still add these 3 lovely people to the stage, and probably I don't know who else it couldn't get in, but that's the mystery person on the bottom is the captain of Spaced Out Radio.
Dave
Scott.
People, how are you?
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, guys.
And then we got I'm gonna put her into. We can do this is awesome too. Yes. 10 people. This is great. This is gonna work out great. Trust me, I have another idea.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah, that's right. This is story. Right. So Rob, thank you for being here.
Yes, not a problem. I want to say hello to everybody. Hey, Wayne and Michelle, great to see you guys, fellow Michiganders. And for the ones I don't know, Lynn, I can't read my Michelle. What's the other dude's name? Chris? Man, I can't read.
Okay, so it's Dave Scott, Lynn Monet. So right next to you is Dave Ferrigno.
Dave Scott rocks.
Hey,
Host of Brothers of the Arcana podcasting show, paranormal researcher, intuitive. He's a brother. We're Masons and Templars and all that other stuff. Great guest.
Nice meeting you guys. Hey, brother Dave's on. We
Likewise.
did a great show, he and I, last night.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And
Yeah, we
hell
did.
yeah, he rocked it. You gotta check it out, Dave Scott. We did Flight 21. It's got everything: paranormal, cryptids, aliens. Check it out. It was on last night on my channel. Dave's great. It was a great show. And thank you, Brian. You're great. But I do have to get the heck out of here. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, Rob.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
See you, Rob.
Yep.
See you, Rob.
Rob.
Bye, Robbie.
I'm going to invite myself on Dave's show again and have him on mine.
You're on mute, Brian. Brian, you're on mute.
Yeah,
Can't
let him
hear
go.
you.
Let's see how long he can go for.
He muted himself and he's still talking.
See, I knew this was going to be tough. I knew this was going to be. Yeah, it was tough.
You
I'm
did
sorry.
podcast starting January 1st.
We're just going to have sign language. I actually thought about that. That would be a great feature for in all seriousness, for a show, a podcast, to have AI do sign language in the lower corner, and you capture a whole new audience.
Yeah.
It's just an idea, folks.
Are there even
I like it.
signing symbols for like some of these ghost stories? I mean, that's part of the language.
One of my friends knew a little bit of sign language. He could read lips, and I mean, we were really good friends. But every time we didn't want to know something, we would just do this and get pissed. But he knew the curse words in signing. That's how you start. But that would be great. So what I was saying before, when my mic was muted, I need a seeing eye dog. Lynn is author, researcher, paranormal investigator, and medium, host of her own show, About Time, on Clive Lewis's network, right?
Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ground Zero. We have Dave Scott here, the captain of Spaced Out Radio, which I do believe is probably the best real radio show and video show in this genre.
I agree. I back you up on that. Absolutely.
Dave, I mean, in all seriousness, you've always done it right. You are a real broadcaster. You are a real, you're a real interviewer. And
he's also a great guest, and he has an amazing story about a person passing when he saw them leave their body that he'll have to share with you sometime.
Yeah. I've asked him on, but it was hockey season.
It's well deserved, Dave. It really is.
But yes. And then can I go below before I get in trouble? Because I'm going to get in trouble. Oh my God, I'm going to get in so much. We have Michelle and Wayne Braden, host of the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast.
Good people.
And they are the craziest of all researchers and investigators because they teach middle school. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's how you do. I was just in a meeting in middle school because the teacher my child has doesn't like her, and there may also be something color related, and we're just gonna leave it at that. And that is, you gotta put the dance on and do the baby steps. We're very proactive as parents, but it's just, I don't know how you guys do it. So
we wonder the same thing.
One day at a time.
Dave, are you in a new studio or broadcasting from a bar?
Yes.
No, I'm in my living room.
Oh, okay.
Is that where you do your OnlyFans? Oh, I had to say that.
Fans, yes.
It's great to have you on the damn show. I've only asked you on, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's still hockey season. Because I don't know if your son's still playing for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. No, he doesn't play until Saturday.
Oh, okay. So maybe I can get you on a Wednesday coming up.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
Okay.
Of course.
If I'm lucky. Okay. No problem. No problem.
All you have to do is tell me when.
Yeah, I will. We'll schedule that out. Totally love Dave like a brother. And everybody here has just been wonderful, and just you get that vibe. I don't know if everybody else feels there's good energy from it. And it's not like Dave mentioned on BMRs last night, there's some pieces of work in this freaking world that are that suck. So, and everybody here has been really, really great as human beings and people. So that's always good. But I thank you for being here. We've been doing ladies first. So now Wayne and Michelle, Wayne, there is a lady there, but I'm going to go to the other side to Lynn first with a few predictions. Then we'll get Dave in because he has to get ready for the broadcast. Yeah, that way. Yeah, the way you're pointing right now, Wayne. So Lynn, what kind of predictions are we looking at?
I actually have quite a few. Let's see here. Silver is going to continue to climb to at least $75. I believe shortly after that, it's going to go to 3 digits. So invest in silver. Crypto is going to plummet in June and July. Not that I'm giving financial advice, people. I'm not a financial advisor.
Predictions.
So you do what you want, but you need to sell in April, hold your money, and buy in July, because October, November, and December is going to be crypto on steroids. It's going to continue on into 2027. The East Coast, there's big storms flooding in New York, Carolinas, and part of Maine. The hurricanes are going to be killer. I mean, literally, Florida is going to get hammered. The Gulf is going to get hammered. That includes like New Orleans. They could have another Katrina type thing there, but even worse. Let's see. What else did I want to tell you? Oh, wait, around the full moon, we could hear of a music artist that has a surprise pregnancy around that time, around January 3rd. There's major earthquake in the Indian Ocean coming up that's going to affect Japan and even some tsunamis possibly on the other side. There's going to be a lot of fires this year, and not in the normal, usual places that you would expect them. They're going to be, even during the period with snow, people will be like, oh, well, no, I'm safe. The ground is covered with snow. It's not going to matter. You can still have a fire there anyway. Should I stop or can I keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
We'll get you, Dave.
We're gonna have port issues in many places around March. There's some issues with the ports. I don't know if it's a strike or getting the boats in there, but there's going to be some issues with that. They're going to be big fires in July in Cali, Oregon, Montana, the Dakotas, Minnesota, New Mexico, and Canada. Canada's going to have ice storms on the eastern coast, just for you Canadians. Let's see here. What else did I want to say? There's going to be a new healing technology or medical breakthrough for Alzheimer's, dementia, these neurological issues, and cancer this year. There's also going to be electric car recall in January, February, as well as mechanical issues, recall in an SUV that is not necessarily electric. Let's see. I'm just looking, and there's going to be a new blockchain technology breakthrough in the fall. There's also going to be laws that are going to be put into place so that people can't get ripped off from crypto, because I know Coinbase can make your money disappear quickly if you don't have it in a ledger or something outside of it. And I could continue to go on and on and on and on and on.
Well, this is great. You can hang out. Yes, go ahead.
Major blackout around February, March, April. It's large scale. It will knock out the internet and everything. It could be in Canada, the United States, or the UK, or all of them. So be prepared for that as well.
That's great. We're going to let Dave go into, because I think he has to get ready for his thing on the West Coast. And then we'll just hang out for a minute, and then we'll get Wayne and Michelle, and then we'll go back, and whoever else wants to, as they say, spill the tea.
Dave gave us a nice tour of his house.
I know. It's great. It's fantastic. Did you see the room
trying
where
to
they
do about
the
58 things at once, much like Brian does his podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Dave knew me when I only had 300 podcasts.
Hold on. Let me get comfortable here.
When you're getting comfortable, I just want to ask a question, Brian.
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier, that'll be relevant. That in addition to the, I said the same thing about New Orleans and Katrina. I saw that as well, Lynn. So it was really interesting to hear you back that up. But I also saw like Titanic. So if any of you have any insight on this, there is a big ship.
Yes. As a matter of fact, let me see what month that comes in. I also got that. Yes, I did.
It's following the same path as the Titanic, and it's not going to make it kind of like the Titanic.
I've got pages of stuff there, but there is a boat. There's also going to be a near miss of a plane and a military plane or something coming up in the summer months.
That just happened today, by the way.
Yeah, but it could happen again, in June, because there's going to be so much wind and turbulence in the air that a lot of the planes they're going to be canceling flights left and right. But it's going to be hard in some cases for them to control the plane. They're going to have to make emergency landings in some cases. But yes, There is something about a ship. I don't know if it's an explosion or what it is, but there's something that's going to happen to a ship. And I had it written down here. What month? I'll look for
We're
it.
having like a massive wind storm right now in Los Angeles. It's outside the
Really?
window. It's like the worst.
Yeah,
wind.
there's a Bigfoot Fades who sometimes in our chat, but in the other chat, they've been having a problem. I think she's in the Pacific Northwest, and a lot of trees down and a lot of damage, a lot of bad winds.
Yeah.
While you're looking, Lynn, Dave,
Okay.
actually promote Space Out Radio Monday through Sunday, right?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, and then and the weekends. Yes and no.
We have. I haven't even really announced this to the Spaced Out Radio audience, but Rob G has decided we came to a mutual decision that he's going to go do his own thing. So we're going to be doing some archives and everything on the weekends now for the next little bit.
That's great. Rob's great thing, and
love Rob.
He's a great guy, but people sometimes you need a sorbet for a little bit. You go, you come back, and it works out well. Who just disappeared? Someone just disappeared. My whole screen got a little bit weird. Shannon.
Yeah, the lady that was
we lost
asking
Shannon.
about
Shannon
the
did
boat.
well. If she comes back in, I'll bring her back in. But Dave, you're in the center square.
I am. I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah, I'd like to go with Dave Scott for the block. Dave, actually, just so you know, I'm doing that, but that's a different story. And all these people that are here are probably going to be involved in that. Do you have predictions? Because I know you have gifts and abilities, and you got a great beard. I'm just saying.
Thank you. If you were here, I'd let you touch it for Christmas.
Really? That would be great.
And sit on his lap.
I want to touch it.
Oh.
Lynn Monet definitely touch it.
Yeah. and just because Dave is here,
Wade do it too.
Yeah. I mean, I have the sound bites, from Dave's a killer from Slapshot. Already queued up, ready to go.
Dave's a killer. Dave's a mess.
I have that one too.
Love it.
Yeah.
Dave's a mess.
So what are your predictions? Like, something good, Canada?
I predict, and I hate to make this sound personal, okay? So please forgive me for that. I predict that I'm going to get something really, really amazing out at our Flight 21 crash site in 2026. I don't know what it is, but something is going to brew and something's going to happen big time out there. We're going to be going back out there in May and continue right through to November for year number 2 of visiting out there and seeing what happens. I do not believe that disclosure will happen in 2026 like many people are predicting. I think it's foolish that many people, just because Steven Spielberg is bringing out a new movie, that all of a sudden that's going to bring some sort of disclosure.
Interesting.
I don't see that happening. Oh, I'm definitely going to watch it. Hell yeah. I think think about it. We've been waiting 50 years for pretty much a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and I think this is kind of going to get to it. But here's the one thing that I will predict that I think is going to happen, and this isn't psychic ability or anything like that, but if you looked at, many people are drawing the correlation between the movie Signs with the clicking, the type of clicking, and now in this trailer, you hear that clicking again from the alien speak. And I think what we're going to have is we are going to all of a sudden have an overload of people claiming that they are filming this clicking sound or recording this clicking sound during ET contact. And I think that's going to be the next one.
So, but do you think that's going to be a genuine, legit, or people just jumping on a bandwagon type of
bandwagon?
Thing? Yeah.
Look, we're filled with bandwagons. I mean, guys, 6 months ago, how many of us talked about werewolves? Never mind Dogman, werewolves. And now all of a sudden, like the last 3-4 months, everybody's saying that we're seeing werewolves all over the place, right? I mean, this is such a bandwagon, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is insultive, but this is such a bandwagon field that we are in, that something new keeps coming up. So I think that we're going to see the clicking sounds when it comes to UFOs, but my far off prediction that I hope comes true, I'm really hoping that we start talking more about ghost ships.
There's been a ton of those lately.
Okay, because here's my prediction. I think one day we're going to get somebody who actually films the ghost ship of the Titanic that sails by Newfoundland annually during the time of the crossing. A lot of people don't know that, but there are paranormal groups in Newfoundland that every year during the Titanic sailing, where she was supposed to sail across, okay, because she sank. No, and it's funny because nobody ever recognizes Titanic sank in Canada. Okay, it did, and because it's such a British and American story. Okay, but there are people off the coast of Newfoundland who believe that they actually see Titanic on her fateful day sailing by, heading to New York. And I think it's going to be awesome, but my far out prediction is somebody's going to record it.
So along the lines of the Titanic, when they had the exhibit at Times Square, I literally worked at 3 Times Square. I went on my break to go to the Titanic exhibit. And what was really bizarre is there was a gentleman that I kind of passed who was wearing period clothing and a cane. And that was not an actor. That was a ghost from the Titanic.
Wow.
And there are numerous reports of people having encounters with people and like, oh, I love the period costume. Like no one's dressing up. They're reporting seeing ghosts from the artifacts that they are touring. So I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see that. That would be a great trip for you to get to the East Coast finally.
Well, I'm trying. If you weren't so far away,
it's Florida. It's diagonal. Just go to Vegas, spend some money and then cut across. And
well, if I win big on a slot machine, how about that?
That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dave. If you win at the slot machine, you can come back and see the giant teapot near me.
Yeah, you can.
Are you in West Virginia?
Yes.
Yeah. I have seen that teapot.
Yeah, you told me that. Come on back.
I have been there. I have been to the teapot.
I've never been to the teapot in West Virginia.
Yeah,
but rumor has it.
And in fact, I got the geocache that is hidden at the teapot.
It's the world's largest teapot in Chester, West Virginia.
Yep.
Is it guarded?
Been there. We got the geocache there, I think, in 2013, 2012.
Can we throw some gummies in that large? I forget about it. Make it a little interesting for people that have the tea there. That would be fun. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
The biggest teapot I've ever seen. That is really cool.
Giant.
You should. I'm telling you, we need you to get to the East Coast. We got Bigfoot. We got the UFOs.
Mothman.
Jersey Florida man. You got Florida woman.
See, PNL podcast is there.
Yes.
He's in your chat room right now.
Jen is there. Yep.
From Newfoundland.
Yes.
Nice.
We're gonna put it on their shoulders to get us a picture of Titanic sailing by.
Great. That is a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Jen.
We're gonna put you on a mission. You got to go to the tip where they actually see Titanic, and you have to try and film it for us in April.
It's always in April.
Yeah, because that's when Titanic sank.
So I mean, like, I would set up some kind of like webcam. Is that do we know if it's a daytime sighting, a nighttime, dusk?
People see it at I don't know. I'm not sure, but when I had a friend of mine She's in Newfoundland. When I interviewed her, she was telling me about the fact that people have claimed to have seen Titanic sail by.
So, Dave, I have a question.
Sure.
So, are we talking about more so residual energy, or are we speaking of that it just comes around at different times?
I would say it's residual.
Residual?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. More so like when the time it sank, or
Yeah.
is it just any time?
No, it's around the time of when she sank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Oh, what did they say in the chat room? HMCS St. John on their way. There are a lot of few Titanic museums here. Lots of ghosts on Signal Hill. Yeah. P&L, get a hold of me. I want to have you on my show to talk about all that. Let's talk about that. Did we freeze? Did Brian freeze?
It looks like he froze.
I'm not seeing him blink.
He did.
Yeah.
There he
Brian
goes.
booted himself down.
And there he goes. The
Mark,
host
it's all you
is
now.
gone. Mark, you're now the full host.
We'll party now.
You made it, Mark. You made it to the top. Yeah, it's internet problems, and it's almost every night. And I blame the Flintstone bird that runs it down here.
Well, it could be a foreshadow of Lynn and Shannon's predictions of
Blackout.
natural disasters approaching.
This is the year for them.
It
That
could
is
be
for
that.
sure. Oh, and there will be
It
a
could be
peace
the-
agreement, a war peace agreement signed mid-year.
Good.
With what country? There's like 15 different conflicts going on.
I'm pretty sure that it's the big one, Ukraine and Russia.
Oh, I thought it was
Lynn Bonet
Alberta.
for
and-
you, right there. Lynn
Nope.
Bonet and her beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. But
Brian,
maybe
I
it
know.
was-
I'm assuming that it's Russia and the Ukraine, but there is going to be a peace agreement signed for some more mid-year.
Yeah.
So-
Cool. I think, Dave,
Brian,
you have
I
to
do
go.
have to run, but
Thank you for coming on, brother. I appreciate you. God bless.
love
And
everybody
who's the guest
on this
tonight?
channel.
Who's the guest?
see you
So we
tonight,
can-
I'll
guys.
be in touch too because I've got a new book out and I've got something to share with you, which Brian can verify, having to do with elementals and fae. And
Yep.
Brian, just so that you know, Bob has informed me that my house will be fine, no flooding. However, there will be some wind damage, so I'll be prepared for that.
Cool. Dave, thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to switch. Let's get a little bit. We'll get back to you, Lynn, because I know you have a ton of it. I'm really, I felt bad about Shannon being, out, but we're doing the best we can with what we got to work with.
Well, she can be
BNB2.
brought back in, right? Because now there's
Yeah,
only...
she can come back in at any point in time. So Shannon, if you're
And I
here, but
wanna-
she said there's a lot of winds and stuff. So who knows?
Yeah. And I want to tell you
what's
something.
going
I
on.
didn't listen in on your show to hear what your other people were predicting. So
Yeah.
I know that she and I briefly spoke in the beginning about New Orleans and the hurricanes hitting the Gulf and just pummeling Florida and the Gulf. And yes, going into New Orleans like a Katrina kind of thing.
Right, but here we go. Because last year when I was a guest on Wayne and Michelle's show, I said, you should do a prediction show. And they were like, what? And I said, everybody gives predictions and see who's whatever, right and wrong. And I'm going to be brutally honest. I wanted that because I wanted to see what the hell Michelle was going to say, because really, 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 really talented with that.
Yeah, and I'm all in my feels, Brian, and not good stuff either.
Yeah. So what happened was I was lucky enough. Someone was selling hockey tickets. It was the Florida Panthers and the New York Rangers. And instead of spending $400 a ticket, I only spent $80. So I took them, but I did do my predictions. And I watch that every once in a while. And I'll be honest, when certain things I see pop up, and I post things to you too, like, hey, did you see the news? And I'm like, and you guys did it back to me on a bunch of things. I think Michelle and I have been scary spot on about a lot of stuff. Yeah, really scary spot on. So I know Wayne had a tough day today. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But you got that beautiful lady that's next to you right there that keeps you grounded. So it's a good thing. You know, it'll work out. Tomorrow will be another day. And how many days till Chris? Well, where's your break?
Well, technically tomorrow could be the last day before break because we have a huge deep freeze coming in between 5 and 11 a.m. on Friday. So and thunderstorms tomorrow. So if we
Where
do
are you
get all the wind-
located?
Michigan.
We're in Michigan. We're in southeastern Michigan. So if we do get the thunderstorms that they're calling for tomorrow evening, then the deep freeze at around 5 a.m. I'm predicting no school on Friday.
Break will start a day early.
That's my first prediction.
That's great though. At least you know, like, oh great, I'm going back to bed.
I just hope that they call it tomorrow night and not have us up because we had a snow day last week too, and they didn't call until 4:45 a.m.
Yeah, that sucks. But
we're already up.
Yeah,
and
especially
moving.
4:30 we're up.
Yeah, I mean, you're like,
I'm just going to bed by that time.
Yeah, once that cup of coffee drops, you're like, oh, God, I hate it. But hopefully it gets fixed.
Yeah, you can't waste coffee.
I mean, I don't know if both of you have predictions or you defer to each other. So you want to, what do you want to do?
Kind of scary.
Well, no, the first scary one for me was when I was listening to Shannon earlier, because just previously I didn't have the show on. I was working on school stuff. And I had said something to Wayne about the Gulf. I said, he was talking about a tsunami, not anywhere in particular. And my focus went straight to the Gulf, whether it be, Louisiana or the Florida, one of the two, just anywhere in that area. I just have a feeling. Second thing, and I had said, and then when Lynn confirmed it with hers, I'm like,
yeah.
So when Wayne had us muted, I'm like, okay, this is just crazy because I was working on school stuff earlier when I brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, I was just nodding like yes, yeah, saying yes, because I didn't give mine yet, and I have pages upon pages of things, and it first starts off you talking about tsunami. Yeah, and like I said before, I saw what looked like an asteroid hitting the North Atlantic. Like it comes in from space. I saw some debris, and that wave, that shock, it causes so much havoc, and it can cause enough damage and enough power to go out down the Atlantic, up the Atlantic, Northern Atlantic. But once it hits land masses, it's going to bounce back up. It's going to change the temperature, and then you can get some winds popping up, and whatever. So I was like, keep going.
I had mentioned earlier, I just said Mexico. All I said was Mexico. I said something happening, not necessarily weather related, but is going to hit the major headlines, the major news stations. Sometime I can't even tell the time of year or as far as whether it's going to be spring or fall, but something is centered around Mexico as far as with this year. The other, I have to be careful how I talk about considering what my profession is and just how close we are to this particular area. But we have a huge problem with assimilation, very close to where we are at.
Yep.
So I do see some major rising problems within the Dearborn area, but specifically around election time.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime from August through November, some very stressful times are coming to Michigan. I also see some very stressful times around the Carolinas, specifically around Charlotte, North Carolina. I see something around the border of the Carolinas. So whether it be an attack, an insurgency, things that I've heard in the past are leading to some really bad visions. So,
oh yeah,
you're smiling.
you have no idea. I mean, everything that's been said tonight, and I don't think we're keying in on each other doing this, by the way. I think
No.
people are keying in on the events. The events are that they're there. They're in the Akash record. Now, my personal opinion is the future is fluid, so certain little things can avoid bigger catastrophes or add to something. But yeah, keep going. Just unbelievable. Yeah.
And maybe it's weather related, maybe it's because of the most recent election, but New York does pop up on my radar. So, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. Again, it's just seeing the city and the state. I don't know if it's because my friend brought it up that, her kid wants to go there for kind of like a senior trip at the end of March. So, but I've told her to avoid New York, and I've told her to avoid Mexico, Cancun area.
Yeah. Something I told you about these tsunami waves coming and iceberg. It is going to be, well, you're a science teacher, Wayne. A rock of decent size, not life ending, not like dinosaur wiping out, but it's going to be enough where it hits it. There's going to be so much energy and shockwave going through not only the water, but into the earth, as well as into all the ice. It's going to bust off like huge. You're going to you're like, is that an iceberg next to Hawaii? I mean, like a huge freaking iceberg is going to be like parked up right next to the big island of Hawaii. It's going to be out of control. They're not going to know how to stop them. But another thing, I said the largest tornado ever recorded sweeps across the Midwest from east to west. So it starts in the east, which could be near the Carolinas if you looked at, because it is the path, and it goes down to the west. It's going to be largest tornado ever recorded. It's going to be massive.
And I guess we wouldn't be a UFO show if I didn't have some sort of feeling about the disclosure. Obviously, we watched the documentary recently and did a show on that. And anticipating Steven Spielberg's release in June. I think I'm with David Scott on this one. I don't see any huge disclosure or event again in 2026. Of course, everything is leading towards 2027, but I do see an uptick in like viewers and people seeking out podcasts and shows on the internet.
Cha-ching for those people that have, money to be made.
So, I mean, obviously, if we saw it in Michigan, it would, benefit, like BMR and ourselves. But I'm just thinking nationally that we're going to see an increase in audience size and whether we're getting
I think that already started, and it's just getting larger.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of an increase, but I think that after the film comes out, we're going to continue to see more of a dramatic increase.
There's always an uptick right after some type of a big release or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
something I saw when I first started doing my meditation, or I got away so I can actually focus on this stuff. I literally, Wayne, were you the Air Force, Wayne?
Army.
Okay. I don't want to get into a fight with anybody here. But I literally had the view. I saw the water, and I saw, like, I was in like a helicopter, and I saw the line, and then I saw around it, speaking of the Army and three-lettered agencies, who's just calling me, my best friend. So I see this, they're pulling something out of the water, and it's a disc. It's a metallic disc. It looks like a UFO. And what's crazy about it is there are other military vessels around that area trying to cordon it off, but it's so big what they're pulling up that Dirty Filth is here. That that it's being broadcast around the globe, so there's no way to hide it. And another thing I saw is there's going to be it's kind of like Independence Day, but not as grandiose. But they're going to be the same craft seen all over the globe. They'll get it in Russia. They're going to get it in China, in the U.S. And that's what I think. I think the ETs, I still believe, like I mentioned, because I mentioned you guys in a post after you had a great show this past Sunday when you were talking about disclosure and all the craziness, and trust me, bro, and I don't trust anybody, bro. And when you put up the Steven Spielberg disclosures coming or whatever, I still stand by the fact I think extraterrestrials are going to communicate on a global scale and through the media. Like, there's going to be no stopping them making the presence known.
I think they ought to start, make their debut on Lynn's show.
They could, what I would go with a show that says, the Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters podcast. No offense, Lynn.
Yeah, no, I've already seen them. I've already seen aliens with my gifts. I've seen them around patients that I've had before. So we've already met.
Yeah. Something else I saw is I saw something in relationship to an object that's kind of like 3i Atlas, and somehow I was looking on the interior of it, but it wasn't 3i Atlas, and there's going to be something else. I joked around, wait until 4i Atlas comes out, wait until 5i Atlas comes around. But I see this, there are beings in this ship, and I see like these bays, almost like these old computer stations, and they're all there, and it's kind of weird. It's a darkened type of feel internally, but I think there's going to be something with craft in our area noticeable. And I think 3i Atlas is not that it's going to be stuck, but I think it's going to start getting into the orbit of the Earth, almost like the Black Knight that's out there.
Well, Dirty Health may actually be predicting that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You never know what he's doing.
Brian, what you mentioned about a meteor, or somebody mentioned about a meteor hitting water, I also saw that. And there are going to be tsunamis in multiple places too. With the Indian Ocean, there's that crack that's going to be opening near Indonesia. That's going to be creating tsunamis in Japan. Also, tsunamis on the West Coast. But yeah, no, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. But I did also see that.
Yeah, I'm also seeing earthquakes, but I don't know if it's in. I was talking to Dave earlier about. I saw the Eiffel Tower doing this, and I'm like, France really. I mean, and we were checking some dates that they do have some stuff there, but I see it on that side, but I also see it in New York and New Jersey.
France is going to flood.
I need to say something important, Brian. It's going to go along with what you said. I saw the same thing, just from a different view.
And
this is crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how I'm seeing it, but I'm also seeing, because of these Earth events, weather related, tsunamis, earthquakes. I see some kind of volcano opening up by you guys.
And in
Lake
Hawaii.
Brian. I'm sorry, Lynn.
No, go ahead. I was saying also in Hawaii, there's going to be some volcanic activity. Also fire there coming up as well.
A whole new island, let's call that.
And it's almost as if the mountains are going to start becoming volcanoes, because volcanoes are going to be occurring in areas that they've never occurred before, or they're not anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, I want you guys to also keep speaking but I did see a big uptick over by Yellowstone. I drew it, and I wish I could show it to you, but I'm going to post it. And there's these vents of smoke are going to come up by Yellowstone. It's going to be very, very aggressive, but it's not going to blow up. 1, 2, 3. I think we can bring her in. Welcome back, Shannon. Welcome back. Welcome back to the program. But I saw volcanoes that no one knew about by the Great Lakes, Ohio and New York start to, you're going to see volcanic activity. You can see dead fish on the surface. The Ring of Fire is going to be out of control. But this shaking of plates and stuff between the hit, the earthquakes, the tsunamis and everything, I also saw land masses appearing in places like the Bermuda Triangle, like something just like, when the hell did that get there? Like a piece, it's going to break off from whatever the crust and come back up. And I also saw it someplace near, what was it? Australia or, the
New Zealand. Yeah.
Brian, when you were a guest with Michelle and Wayne earlier this year, the three of you had a really interesting discussion on weaponized weather.
This is not weaponized. There's something. It all goes back to the Arctic flow, in my opinion, reversing.
So not to cut anybody off, but while we've been doing this, I took out the Tarot de Marseille deck and did a 3-card draw in tarot, and
sweet.
Just so the first card I pulled was the 4 of Coins, which, I think this is actually going to probably, see nations hoarding resources, prioritizing, their financial security, kind of building stronger walls and stability. So I think with the current geopolitical climate, with obviously some of the migration and, the assimilation that Michelle was alluding to, maybe that could be part of that. The next one I drew was 4 of Wands, which I think, from that perspective, there's going to be peace and harmony in some cases. So I think, well-earned peace after years of, kind of effort. So I think that aligns with what we were talking about in terms of the, maybe the end of the wars, at least with Ukraine and Russia. And then the last was the upside down 5 of Cups, which
that's not good.
With that, that's kind of an emotional reckoning, disappointment. But I think that kind of goes along with the climate grief, the geopolitical issues. And then, I think there should be maybe some shattered illusions and forcing humanity to kind of turn towards hope and renewal for the future, as opposed to, all positive stuff.
Well, I think because of what you were just talking about the Lynn was talking about it, about peace deals, there is going to be, I'll call it the new power couple between U.S. and Russia. It's almost like NATO, but without the bullshit. Seriously, it's going to be a totally different vibe and everything. And when you were talking about what's going on near certain areas of this country, we'll just say, what's going to take place in Europe right now, they're going to nationalize and they're going to cut the crap. They're going to get rid of the people that aren't there, that are not part of the. It's not like please, I'm not getting racist, or whatever. It is, these people are done, and that's globally. We're going to see it in the U.S. too, and people aren't going to have it anymore. Either you play nice in the sandbox or we kick your ass out. And that's basically the gist of it.
Yep.
And because of all this, and there, from that, you'll get like 9/11 attacks. I see them coming all over this country. Someone mentioned that as well. Michelle. What's really crazy is people aren't going to know who to trust. So the guy showing up in the sheriff's office uniform is also going to be doing the deed. So what's going to transpire from that point forward is we, the people, are all going to be strapped. And I saw this the last 5 remote views I do in August. I'm like, I thought I was in Israel. No, I was in the U.S. And I'm like, what the F is going on? There you go.
Oh my gosh, Brian, I had something similar. I'm telling you, we're like having, I don't know what's happening here.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like I'm looking because Michelle, I'm not starting something here. Okay. But I'm just saying that the people are no longer can trust the authorities anymore to be who they are, their crime and all that stuff. And we're done with it.
Mhm.
Either, do it right or don't do it at all.
Yeah,
And
even
that's
ambulance workers may not be. They could be
ambulance
terrorists.
workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Michelle. Sorry about that.
Sorry,
that's okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt either.
That's okay. Maybe, Brian, it's where we're both living in Florida, because I have to tell you some more things that I did see in Florida. But what I'm seeing is exactly what you're describing, but it's like I'm remote viewing in a different area.
Yeah, it's
like, it's like a different side. But what I saw in Florida, now I can't say this is for 2026, but it is prophetic. It is going to happen in Florida. And just so you guys know, yes, FBI, whoever follows me, so they're probably watching, or they will watch this at some point. So I'm just letting everybody know.
I just had a spook call my phone. So
This
we're
is
good.
going.
Don't worry about it.
I know for a fact they let me know, but listen, this is going to happen. Okay. What I saw, I don't know what part of Florida, but I just know it was in Florida, and I literally saw it was either Russian or something like Czechoslovakia. It was a military plane, and I know Florida is surrounded with military bases. That should not come through, but that's what I saw, and I trust what I'm shown.
Yeah.
And
We get it all the time.
I saw our helicopter, and I saw it was either Russian or, like I said, Czechoslovakia. So, but I felt more like Russian, and I saw a female military person with other males inside their plane. Because you know how, like, with helicopters, you know how, like, they have the cutout, and they don't
Right.
have a door. So
Right.
I saw her, and she was literally looking at me, and they blew our helicopter right in front of me, blew it up. Okay. So I saw that. And then what you were saying earlier, when you were talking about the ocean, and you were talking about, the UFO, UAPs coming up out. Well, actually, I saw the same thing. I saw all kinds of military coming down. They had parachutes on, and it was like, this is where I had a different view. So I was like way up in some kind of, like, not penthouse, but something very tall. Florida has a lot of different, like, different cities with very, very tall buildings with lots of glass windows. Like, like when we're just about every room is just glass.
Right.
Okay, so that's where I was. I was up very high, and I saw all kinds of military coming down with parachutes. They were our military. So there is something that's going to occur, and whatever this building, wherever I was, there was water in the background. There was ocean in the background. So it is somewhere beside the ocean in Florida. It's going to happen. But again, like I said, I don't know when, because I had this prophecy like 2 or 3 years ago. So, but it is
Right.
going to happen.
I want to get to also Wayne, because Wayne has predictions, and I want to get Wayne and Michelle to they're teachers. They got to go to bed.
I'm gonna be back up between 4:30.
Yeah. And I don't want to keep them up any longer than they have to be, and I appreciate them being here. Wayne, please.
Yeah, I'm sure this is gonna resonate with a lot of people. So the first thing on my list was a tsunami caused by a landslide by some type of an object impacting the west coast of South America or Africa. Not a large object, something on the smaller side, which causes the landslide that causes the tsunami. And I keep on getting Atlantic Ocean and all the way up through the east coast of the US. So there's that. I'm also seeing some type of a coordinated terrorist attack that's going to happen, and it involves these again. Some type of aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle was saying Mexico. I was picking up on some type of an earthquake event in Mexico. The age of disclosure thing, we're kind of close to that, and I've done a lot of research in it. But I think that with the things that I uncovered and we presented on our last show, that we're going to see that it's going to come out that Spielberg and Dan Farah and Elizondo were in cahoots to do all of this stuff together. Because
Right.
Dan Farah was a producer on Ready Player One and is friends with Spielberg, so they've been in cahoots for a while and probably planning this. Also, Dan Farah is Lou Elizondo's agent, because when I try to get him on the show, I talk to Dan Farah on the phone.
What?
So
that was a shock when you said that, and I was like,
and I've got the emails, I got the receipts and everything with the phone number that Lou told me to call and all that. That was in 2021. So yeah.
Well,
now, this one's weird. I don't know where this is going, but I see Vance taking over as president.
Yep.
Make that what you will.
Yep.
Sound familiar, Michelle?
Yeah.
So that
yeah, Michelle said that last. Yeah. So I'm seeing it more this year as a possible thing to happen. I see something involving the Great Lakes, something deep in the bottom of the lakes, lots of heat. I'm thinking that there might be some type of a magma chamber or something underneath the lakes that are causing them to stay warmer than usual, because we're getting some weird weather patterns with some warm lake temperatures.
Yeah, and those high winds that moved drain part of Lake Erie, is that the right?
Yeah. Well,
that was interesting.
Well, Lake Erie, they were reporting just recently, is way down from normal.
Yeah, it was from the high winds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
And then one of the last things, again, that the Great Lakes, something happening at the bottom of the Great Lakes, some type of fractures or something that might be happening tectonically. I do know there are failed tectonic plate borders and boundary zones that have been there for a very long time, but something's going on with them now. Brian, to your point about ships pulling up some type of a craft, I saw kind of the same thing, but it was in the Black Sea. It was that object that they found.
Yeah,
And
I know.
that weird, like Millennium Falcon looking type of rock.
I want that up
whatever it
too.
is. Something's going to come of that. And the last thing is something to do with the rebirth of, or the resurgence of, or reopening of mental institutions being big.
I literally said that we're finally going to address the national security issue, which was a mental health issue and not a firearm issue. Yep, I have already. I also said, and I said something a little bit more on JD Vance, because I saw him getting sworn in. Remember, I said it, and you guys were like, "Yeah, I saw that." And people are going to get pissed off at what Trump's doing, and he's going to lose all the support, and that's going to drain him. And I kind of saw him lying there, but I didn't know what happened to him. I don't know.
I think he's going to end up resigning.
And yeah, they're going to be so pissed off, but I don't think, I know. And I wrote JD Vance, not what he appears to be. And he's a controlled person, not full.
Well, he's a member of the state. I mean, that's Trump's big failure, is that he's not in the play crowd. He doesn't, he owns a lot of those people. He used to be a buyer of those people, but now that he's on the inside, he doesn't fit in.
Right.
And he's not a statesman. He's not what people want to hear and see. Even if you agree with what he's doing, the way that he conducts himself and everything else is just it. Remember, optics are always the most important thing on Survivor. Don't get voted off the island, baby. And that's
it's how people perceive you. But I don't think he's gonna fool. I don't think these people get to the point, and I go deeper into it politically, that all the politicians, I mean, there's gonna be politicians running for their lives.
Resigning,
People are done.
Yep.
They're done. I mean, like trying to lynch them in Canada, in all of Europe is done. The US, and it's going to be totally, I mean, the only light I saw at the end of the tunnel, I mean, I was sitting there going, oh shit, do I really want to go through 2026? Because I thought this year sucked at a certain point. we may be able to, not a new world order type of thing where I'm using we the people, we're done with this shit. We're not going to take your crap anymore. You're not going to poison us, whatever. We're all going to work to build a better life for everybody, and it's going to be global.
Yeah, reconstruct. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Which
Yeah.
is what I was saying earlier.
Wow.
I agree.
The only thing I would say to that, Brian, is that I get this weird feeling that this mass migration and quote unquote refugees and all of this stuff was actually done by design so that there can be that one world government put into place, because once these countries start tearing themselves apart, they're going to look for somebody, or somebody like the UN is going to want to step in to protect. I mean, just look at former Yugoslavia and what happened there.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of that stuff starting over in Europe, except in Poland, where they are very strict about their stuff. So
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the thing is that I think I 100% believe that it is orchestrated, not only by religious organizations and people.
They're being used.
No, but by others within a deep state that, like, I mean, here's the thing, right? So if country A is fighting terrorist A or whatever, or B or C, it's all controlled by the Black Project deep state type thing. They're fighting each other purposely because it creates chaos and a distraction and whatever. So yeah, I think there is some control there. But what's taking place in Europe right now, I literally saw, like that January 6th thing here, which wasn't an insurrection. I saw people in parliament being pulled out by their hair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going to hang these people.
That same video.
And then, I saw, see, this is where it gets weird, because I think some of the military is controlled, but there's going to be a split because there are people in the military going, no, they're right. And they're going to be military fighting with these, like joining them. And that's what's going to be the difference. It's going to be like one of these battles where, like, we're going to be losing this. And some of these militaries like, F this shit. We're taking this country back. And then people are going to go into it's not like a jingoistic thing but people are going to go back and like, no, we're not taking you anymore. We're not taking your refugees. You know what? You fight for your country. We're not fighting for it anymore. And, it's just going to be what it is. There's nothing wrong with having an identity, no matter a religion or whatever, but there's certain identities that cannot play nice in the sandbox and never have and never will. And I did work for the UN. Well, IMF, World Bank. I created a plan that would have gotten the third world out of debt. The guy, when you give somebody something and they're not expecting anything, and all of a sudden they put on the holy shit face, like, you did it.
Yeah.
And I said, and I pointed to the blue barrel recycle. I said, make sure you file it in the proper cabinet. And I walked out. That was my last day there. And they were all reading it and they got nervous and they were like, holy crap, he fixed this. But they don't want the third world fixed.
That's sad. That's sad.
I think that's great. Michelle, do you have more to add?
Just wondering when someone's going to ask me what district I want to live in.
like in all those movies. Yeah.
Are we just are we in a bubble and just an experimental game?
Yeah, I think we're going to get to the point where we the people are not going to tolerate that bullshit.
I think that there's enough social media influencers out there that are either on Instagram or TikTok that are putting the word out. And I saw something in chat earlier about a civil war. Some of the speech that's out there is starting to alert the masses.
Yeah. Besides this show and whatever else, someone asked me on the show, I'm actually always honored and I appreciate the invite. I do a show, it was bi-weekly. Now they drag me in weekly, called The Wake Nation. And it's on Thursday Dave's done a couple of shows for X11. That was Penny Shepherd, Ellie Shepherd, that was on my show. That's the original, literally Stranger Things, and out of control how amazing this episode was about her life. And I say this without reservation. I say it here too. You have rights that are given to you, God-given rights, and you better damn well exercise them. And the only right that guarantees every right is the Second Amendment right, and you damn well better exercise it and teach your children properly. And I'm not worried. It's not the pew pew, and no more showing of them because I don't want to get the live dumped, because that happened to Dave, actually, Scott, by accident. But my kids, since it was allowed to in Florida, they all know how to handle them. They all know how to use them. Are they reliable with it? Yeah. But you need to know how to defend yourself. And I would advise you, like, if you have a little extra money, go take a class. Go to a shooting range, say, well, what do I do in this situation? Get a situational awareness. That man, Wayne, and I know Dave has done some stuff too. And he sent me a great shooting range down here it's like tactical Disneyland. But I know with military trained, you are trained in all this stuff and how to deal with things. So any of those little drizzler, like, what is it? This drizzler can kick your Sigma, whatever. But they don't understand
Rizzler.
Rizzler. They don't understand that their disrespect they have, and which they do, and this privilege, that air of privilege, that shit's going bye-bye. And not that it's going to be Hunger Games, but you're going to learn your lesson.
Well, there's one thing I want to point out, Brian, just real quick. That if everybody that talked and everything, even myself and Michelle, I always like to notice the things that seem to accidentally be omitted and not talked about, right?
Right.
It kind of leaves a hole in this one topic, and you guys can run with this however you want. I'm surprised that nobody talked about AI.
Excuse me.
Does that mean that Lynn has something for AI down there?
Well, let me look. I did have something for AI, actually.
Besides that, they're making a lot of townships mad in Michigan for the acreage for the data centers.
Those are going to go. You remember when they blew up stuff in what's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Where you get your ass to Mars? Quaid,
Total Recall.
Total Recall. No, yeah, that one. But there was the other one, Running Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like Running Man, and they're going to blow shit up. And then that's the AI. When you're going to see stuff like this, and then someone's going to come out and go, this guy really didn't do it. That guy did it, and they've been tricking you. And AI is going to go the way of, I think, the dodo bird. I hate it. I don't
We have
like
about
it.
12 to 15 cities listed in Michigan with massive amounts of acreage.
Yeah, data centers.
People are pissed.
Oh,
Beyond pissed.
Because it's the setup for the digital ID and then the digital currency.
well, and the water sources.
Well, there's
they're
that
not
aspect to it,
self-contained-
plus power too, because obviously the grid currently can't handle even what we have. And if they set up these data centers everywhere, the amount of power that they'll consume, there's
they're gonna-
no way.
They're talking about building their own separate power source for them, which they're going to need water to cool.
Right.
And then it's going to have to be a self-contained water unit because I cannot release it back into nature. It's going to have to be like antifreeze and contained, and if they release it or it leaks, it's literal poison. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, when I see the uprising, all that stuff goes to the wayside, and there's going to be an uprising, call it a civil war.
Well,
But I also see
The
Go ahead.
AI is going to be the AI, I believe, is going to be the opening of the communication with the aliens or whatever interdimensional beings, because I think the technology they've been gifting us that led us to this, it's that backwards engineering stuff that they've been doing
Right.
for 80 years, has led us to these superconductors and quantum and all of this stuff in these computers. And I think that's where our disclosure in what things are going to actually, it's going to be the AI contact, and you'll never know whether it's just AI messing with you or if you're actually talking to another entity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing some of the robots and how realistic things are. I did see some of these. This was last year, and I didn't get it again this year, but I did see these artificial intelligent robots that look like human beings doing some really nasty things to human beings. As it because with the attitude they're superior to us.
Yeah,
I
you
literally
said
just
attitude.
saw
Yeah.
Ex Machina, the movie. I've been seeing images of that this whole time, and I literally saw the scene from
Yeah.
Ex Machina
It's
at
crazy.
the end. I won't spoil it, but yeah.
Yep.
By the way, Darth Vader, Luke's father. Talking about spoilers. No, I had to do that. I won't. I don't spoil movies. I can't thank you, Rain and Michelle, enough for being on. If you, I don't want to keep you any longer. We're over the 2-hour mark anyhow. We'll probably, kind of get to the point wrapping it up. When is your show? Their details for the show is in the description. Please like, subscribe. They have amazing guests. Look, they had Steve Bassett on, and I do like Steve, but I don't trust anybody, bro. And he kind of gave me that trust me, bro thing, and I was like, dude, what the?
Well, he's an activist and he's trying to
Yeah.
work through
I got it.
Washington DC and stuff. So I give him credit for doing
Yeah.
what he's doing. And but yeah, this Sunday we've got our next show coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna either have on one of two people. One person is going to be either a local man who's had a really intense childhood abduction experience from about 40 years ago and has the scars to prove it,
Right.
and pictures with a 3-dotted triangle on his thigh that measures exactly, and the dermatologist has no idea how this happened. His doctor has but they measure exactly 1 inch apart in a perfect pyramid dot formation. So he's either coming on or I'm still waiting. I was talking to Randall Carlson, and I'm hoping to get Randall Carlson back on this Sunday as well. And
Brother
waiting for
Carlson.
him to come
Oh,
back. So,
he's really good.
Yeah, I'm
if I
trying to get Randall on myself.
If I get Randall on, then we're gonna move our abduction guest to the following week, or so you won't see any advertisements for what's going on this Sunday because it's kind of fluid and it's the holidays. So
It's fine.
just be surprised when we put something out.
I love your show, and you know that. Can't thank you both for coming on. I still want us to go back and look at and check marks on this year,
I
because
told Michelle
Michelle
we're
and I
doing
were.
it. So
Yeah,
we're gonna be going through it and doing it.
Yeah, we're rocking. I mean, we were when things were taking place, and I listened to the show. I was like, oh shit,
Well,
this is
and there's
right.
always the remote viewing thing that Michelle does with your images and your envelopes, and then she picks out that there was a murderer just 10 miles up the road from us that threw a couple women off a bridge at a castle that you had a picture of, Brian, in a thing, and she nailed it. It was just sick because it showed up in Facebook feed the next morning.
Is
That
it strange,
Alan
right?
Parkman, Alan Parkman
Lincoln
throws
Park.
2 people, or Lincoln Park.
Yeah, it was that was a great show. The next day it was like being Wayne sends you this. I'm like, holy
I
shit!
sent you the news link from
Yeah.
WDIV Detroit where
Yeah.
they had that picture of that damn castle talking about 2 American women getting thrown off the bridge outside of that castle, and Michelle nailed it that night.
And of course, my random screensaver when I log in now is a castle in the UK.
That's awesome, though.
Wow.
It's crazy. So, anyways, we're gonna get going. So you guys have
Thank you
fun.
very much for coming on again.
See you Sunday night.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everyone.
Kind of
Great night.
thank you. You can.
It's nice meeting you.
You know how to get through the exit. I just want to introduce Dirty Filth, who has a great show on Spaced Out Radio. You still do the show, right? And yes or no, sir?
Yes.
And
Yes.
he's looking for some great guests that like we had on here to talk to him about stuff. He does a lot of great artwork. Get his book, the FBI and CIA. I like your advertisement, the FBI and CIA. Buy my book. Yeah, there it is. The cartoons too.
You got the funding for it, so why not?
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to for all of us, but I forwarded money to Filth and I wanted the autographed copy, so I appreciate it. And I thank you for coming on. Sorry it took so long to get people in and out. I should limit this next time to, just 9 people, so it's nice and even and everybody can throw something in there. But
I think tonight's show worked out really well.
yeah, I did. Unfortunately, according to Michelle Brandenburg right here, we're going to go through a breakup. And then you're going to run off and do another show with like somebody else, like Dave or something. No, I'm joking. I'm just playing around. But yeah, I'm going to do something before. Lynn, can you do me a favor? I know you got a ton more. Can you throw up make a little quick video on the phone and then send it to me through Facebook, and then I'll add it to as your prediction
Of me.
We're like at 211. I want people to actually go and have a life in general.
No, that's fine. No, absolutely. And I was going to back up Melissa also, but is Melissa still here? Or not Melissa?
Michelle?
Shannon.
Shannon's here.
Shannon's here.
There were 2 things that I had found. I folded back one so that I wouldn't miss it, but I've been looking for the AI thing because I've got like 20 pages here that had to do with, where is it? June, July, August. September, global leaders wake up, lots of resigning. Let's see, CEOs, politically. Where did it go? I folded it and then I lost it, but it was about planes, accidents with ships, planes having to do with military. I assumed that it was them blowing up drug boats again, but there is going to be an explosion with a boat. And then I also had this thing where the refineries, sorry, I'm talking out of my, but that there was going to be something with the refineries, and there could be some kind of an oil spill or nuclear waste into the ocean, which also could pertain to a ship. I'm not saying that the two are together, but that could very well happen as well. And and people keep in mind too that all of this that is happening globally is Mother Earth cleansing and realigning and balancing. She needs to. It's not necessarily bad. So please go with faith, not fear, because everything that you do mirrors. And if you go into fear mode, it sends more fear into the universe, and it just makes things worse. So you see things happening around you, you just look at it and say, oh, it's right on time. As all of the comets and things start hitting your house. And understand too that you are in the right place at the right time. You're where exactly that you're supposed to be. But this is necessary, and the outcome on the flip side is going to be amazing. Communities are going to start coming together and supporting one another too. After we go through that period, like Brian had mentioned and Michelle had mentioned about, not being able to even trust the policeman at your door, or even like the ambulance people as well, that communities are going to start to migrate to certain areas, and some of them are going to have to, because their states are going to be destroyed. They're living. They're going to have to migrate to other areas in the United States. So, yeah.
we're gonna stop now because I think my
Okay.
computer's gonna crash.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be honest, and hopefully I get the Powerball numbers tonight and I can buy a new one.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's like what?
I want to thank everybody for being here. I wanted to
I already won it.
yeah, well, congratulations. Thank you very much.
I'll share.
Um,
I'll share.
Next week is Christmas or the Christmas Eve. God bless us all, every one of us. Thank you, Dave, Tiny Tim. Then we have New Year's Eve. Don't go out. It's literally suckers night. Go buy some stuff, hang out. I personally think there's going to be an attack on New Year's globally. Do yourself a favor. And that's what I'm going to leave it on that. And then following that, we pick up again on in January. We start season 2. Oh my God, I can't believe we made it. We made it, Mark. We're somebody. On the 7th, we have Sin Schrader Hill, who's our guest. We're gonna have JB Noseworthy on the 14th. We have Max Furyk coming up on the 21st of January. And then on the 28th, one of the greatest guys out there, Miguel Ramirez, Sasquatch Theory, who is an amazing, wonderful guy. I met over. I mean, I knew about him, but finally meeting him, great guy there. Notice there's something pinned to the chat to help Adam White and his family, whose house burnt down December 1st. They lost everything. Please continue to help if you can. And because it's going to be that Christmas, whatever, Mark and I do some stuff. We do moonlighting in movies and stuff. So I'll leave you with the video of us. So enjoy this, and then we'll go with the song after that. So let's try it.
In a city where the cold never ends, and hearts have forgotten the warmth of Christmas, one man's soul is about to be tested by the ghosts of his past.
Nina Renner MC. Wonderful.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Helena Bonham Carter, as the ghost of Christmas past.
Even the smallest voice can change a heart.
But the future waits for no man.
A Christmas Carol, reborn for a new generation, coming December 2025.
Spirits did it all in one night. Well, they can do anything they like. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello!
I just can't help of just sticking Mark, Eddie, and me in situations that we shouldn't be in. And I do this all the time. And there's one more.
He looks like Dave Scott.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
And that's my computer dying. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry I can't say goodbye to everybody. My thing is going to die. Thank you for coming in.
All right.
Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Merry
even though
New
it's
Year.
counting.
Happy
Or-
holidays.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New
Yeah,
Year,
I
Happy all
celebrate everything.
Happy
Celebrate you,
Festivus.
celebrate life. Yep. And thanks for being here. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to end the stream. Bye. Be safe. Bye.
You, it's always been you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I've seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you. True love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. I love you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you. I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you. I want you. My days are filled with you. I have seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you, true love is you. Love is you, true love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you.